You know, when you're working with ribbon with your garlands or wreaths or whatever kind of Christmas design you're doing, picking the right ribbon is really important. You want something that has some body to it and some weight to the fabric so that it won't just kind of fold together. Oftentimes I found that some of the real inexpensive ribbon, which can work okay in some applications, but when you want to try to tie a bow out of it or have it really hold its body through like a garland or a wreath, it just doesn't have the fabric weight to really hold itself up, so it kind of almost collapses on itself. So I picked a really beautiful ribbon that's kind of an old-fashioned, I think they used to do this with heat, and it's like almost like a damask kind of look, but it's like a hot stamping process that gets rid of some of the flocking so that it goes back to the translucency of the ribbon. You can kind of see the back of the ribbon how it does that. There are parts of it that are flocked and parts of it that are not. But you know, so many people try to tie a bow either like a florist, which is I don't care for anyway, even though I am one. Those florist bows just don't do a thing for me. And or they try to tie it, you know, with a wire or like they're tying their shoes, but none of that seems to work too well. But the easy way to do that is to instead of trying to tie it with one piece, you can either tie it with two pieces by using a short piece of the ribbon to tie it together with, like so, or you can use the material that you're attaching it to, like the garland itself, and I'll show you what I mean. If you have a limited length of ribbon, let's just pretend that this is how much ribbon we have to work with, and we want it to look good. So what are we going to do with it? We've got this, and how are we going to make that into anything? Well, the first thing you need to do is find the middle of it, and of course the easiest way to do that is to put the ends together and grab it like that and give it a tug, and that'll find the middle for you. And then make sure that you've got the finished part of the ribbon facing outward, and you take it like so. And remember that you can always reshape it when you're finished if it's a wired ribbon, and I'll show you in a minute how that happens. And then go like that. Now you can decide how long you want your tails to be, which are the long part of the bow. And if you don't need them to be that long, let's go ahead and put another couple of loops in it. You can see what I did was I pulled these loops out of the bow just like that, making sure that the finished part is facing outward. Now this is really kind of a fine fabric ribbon, so it's going to be a little have a little less body than some of the other kinds of ribbons that you'll work with. But once you get it attached, you'll see what I mean, that it works really well. So we come out now and we've got a bow with 4 loops and 2 tails. And I'm going to turn this garland around so you can kind of see what I'm doing. If we're going to use this, say that this was going to be on a newel post. Again, we take 2 pieces of the garland. Let's pick out 2 nice long pieces like that, and place that center of the bow where you would usually put a wire or another piece of ribbon, and pull 2 of these sections of the garland and twist it real tightly around the middle. And so we get it to this point, and now we can take the bow and arrange it like so. And you can see that it really does make such a nice effect. You want to make sure that your loops are long enough to have some character and be able to kind of scrunch up. I love that look where they have just a little bit of kind of almost like they were flying in the breeze kind of look. So give them a little bit of a wrinkle like so, and then take the tails and make sure that the face of the ribbon is where you want it. And let's take them and kind of do the same treatment to them by tying them into the garland, just like so. And you get, that's a little bit too tight. You don't want to pull the ribbon tightly. You want it to have character. So let's take this, like so, and do the same thing that we did here, and we get a really nice effect by having both of these tails kind of come out the same length. And you can see that it really gives it an elegant, kind of a soft and supple look, which it just looks so rich and beautiful. Now, to finish the ends of it, there are always secrets, you know. But the easiest way for me to do it is to take the two sides of the ribbon and hold them together, pinch them so that they're so that the middle is right there, and then kind of hold it steady and go through and cut up. And you get a really nice swallowtail effect on your ribbon by doing that without having to make two cuts, which is great for me because I never could get those things even when I tried to do it with two cuts. So just cut once and go down like that or up, and you can see that you get a nice bow effect. And again, this is something that you can add to or use it as a finishing product for the top of a newel post or a wreath or a garland, however you want. But you know, there are hundreds and thousands of different kinds and colors of ribbons and all kinds of shapes and configurations. It's easier if you get a wired ribbon, although this does work with unwired ribbons, but it's a lot easier to work with a wired ribbon than an unwired ribbon. And it will, like this, hold its shape and really give you an elegant look when you get done. This, to me, has a real Victorian flavor to it, which would be fun in a big old Victorian house with a beautiful staircase. So there you have an idea for a ribbon. And, you know, transfer the same idea to many other places through your home. It can be at the top of a chandelier, it could be at the bottom of the stairs, it could be on the wreath on the front door. But you know, a bow like this, once you figure out how to do it and once you practice with it a little bit, it will help you so much in your home decor.